Hi everybody, welcome to the next session of Changing the Conversation here with HITEC, and I'm joined by Enna Zarate. So we were laughing the whole way up here already and having a great conversation. So I think that this is going to be a really good, just casual conversation. But even coming up here, you're so humble. First thing you asked was, what was it impactful? What was it good? And it's like, how was it not impactful? Absolutely. I mean, this whole concept of this is us, not just this is me, resonated so well. And you were right. As you started to go through your story, I could associate to so many things in that journey as well. So tell me a little bit about you had this philosophy of making every day your
have the best day every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you do that?
I think that is a lot of motivation piece that you need to have, right? And you need to be inspired. And not all days at work are easy, but at least you need to think that also you have people in your teams, right? So if you are not making the best day for you, you're not going to be able to have the best day for them, right? So it's like a chain of things, right? So I think that's something that I also learned in DHL. The front line is impacted by everything that is happening behind them. IT, one of them, right? If you don't have your phone working, if you don't have your computer working, right, you're not going to have the best day every day. So again, I think it's more inspirational about that, but also to keep things simple, to enjoy moments in life, right, with your kids, outside of job, even a conversation with some of your peers, right, learning about people, right? So I think that there are simple things in life when you can make your best day the best day every day.
And you talking about that, and simple things in life. You mentioned your husband, like you're really partners, and I think that that resonates with me as well. I've been with my husband for 21 years. He's my best friend, and I can't stress enough how important it is to have that relationship and that communication, that support. And I'm assuming that you're finding the same thing in your relationship as well.
Yes.
You're a CIO. I'm sure you're traveling a lot. I'm traveling a lot. How are you finding creating some of that balance? How do you create some of that balance, right? Knowing that you're also on the road a lot.
Yes. I think that is very easy today with all the digital piece, right? That you can communicate with them, see them. My kids were having a concert band this specific week, and I was not able to be there. I think that I have missed on all my career, like really less than 10 events of my kids. Yeah. So I have been really looking to do that, right? And also I always engage my leadership team about, or my boss, my manager about, kids are important and they grew so fast, right? Yeah. Every moment that you lose, you're not going to recover that, and no company is going to pay you for that moment.
Yeah.
So I keep that on my mind all the time. So if it's something that I can skip of a meeting because it's not going to make any difference if I'm there or not, right? Or if it can wait, I will take the choice to go with my family first, unless it's really something important. This week was coming here, sharing, and I have another event also with some startups. Yeah. So at the end, it was complicating, and but again, I think my kids felt that your mom is normal to have a working mom for them since they were little, but also because I was with them when they need me. Right. And in that great events, you see your mom sitting there.
They never felt like you were missing because you've made it, so natural, and you're still there, even if not in person. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I need to do a much better job of that for sure.
But also my husband helps a lot on that, and my parents, right? I think that, again, my kids since little, they start to feel comfortable being with their dad or with my parents. So they were building this confidence that they don't need you. And I think that in some cases, as women, in some cases, right, we want to have this tight link with them, that you create that, right, in some cases. So it's letting them go, right? You love them, but at the beginning it was difficult to even do the traveling because I was putting all my luggage thing, but also I was preparing all the clothes for them, right, in order to help also my husband. So it was like doing 3 luggage every time that you were traveling, or since when they were little. Then you start to change, right? Now I don't need to do that anymore, so I just enjoy it.
So how old are your kids now? Because I know you mentioned that they're the ones that are keeping you up with the With the
So
digital trends.
Fernando is 12 and Monserrate is 15. So we just have the quinceañera party for her.
Oh, very
in
good.
Mexico.
Yes,
Very good.
I remember my quinceañera. Those are my blackmail pictures. We hide those. We never bring those out.
She was a very simple quinceañera, not a traditional one. It was more her own flavor, right?
Yeah.
Because she's very special, very unique, like
goodness.
everyone else.
Yes.
But she's really stand up as little to have her own flavor and things. So.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I was a quinceañera in the Nirvana age, the teen spirit, so this idea of wearing a big dress instead of my combat boots was a very big compromise for me.
Yes, for sure. I can imagine.
But again, I didn't even know that you were so close to me. You're in South Florida.
Yes.
I'm in Orlando. You're doing a lot with FIU right now.
Yeah.
And also with
Women in
HITEC,
Tech.
yeah.
Yes.
And with our good friend Camila Casales as
Casales,
well, right?
that we love Camila.
Yes, absolutely. The queen of fashion also.
Yes.
But we really need to try and see how you and I start to coordinate a little bit more, because this idea of making sure that we are being a part of our local communities, I think is so incredibly important.
Yeah. As women, we need to keep on inspiring others, right?
Yes.
Every day, that's part of
and
sharing.
The simplest things. So I posted a what was a 1 minute or a 2 minute video for our company for Hispanic Heritage Month, and went to a town hall where a young lady went up to me and essentially said, "Oh my goodness, Yamila, I wanted to come here just to meet you, because I can't tell you how much that video meant to me, to see somebody like me that was in a senior level, and now I realize I need to go and do a video too." I said, "Yes, absolutely." But it's these little moments that make such a difference.
Enlight your life, yes.
Yes. And so that's always fun to know. It's like one person does make a difference, even though you think that one person doesn't make a difference.
And I think that also as leaders, right, you need to understand that even though you don't notice, everyone is watching you.
Yes.
So
You're
it's
setting
an
an
example to them, right? So
Yep.
you need to be conscious about that and work on that.
Yep. And now you're only child, you mentioned,
Yes.
and so how do you move away from this? Because I know a lot of only children, and you have this again this inherent need to be very perfect, right? You've got instilled this high level of again, your parents have now encouraged you to say, we want you to be the best. We want you to do the best.
Yeah.
So how do you, again, now balance that piece of it to say it's okay to just be, it's okay to just be me, and sometimes that being perfect.
I think that is also a part of the balance, because you cannot win all the battles, right?
Yeah.
And I think that also maybe it's because of the age, right? So you don't have the same energy as you were younger or whatever to try to achieve everything. But I think that you start to learn to keep things a little more simple. And I'm not yet there. If you ask my husband, he's going to tell you, no. She's trying to be perfect still. She tried to, right? Because you really were raised that way, right?
It's in your DNA. Right.
But keep it simple, and I think that my kids also helped me a lot, right? In order to lose myself, be more flexible, not to control everything. So at the beginning, when we were having vacations, right?
Yeah.
I am the one that wants to have everything
An
on control,
itinerary.
itinerary, what we're doing. We need to get earlier. And my husband was like, if it's okay if we just want to sleep and relax, right? So I think it's a good combination of that partner, real partner
I
also,
agree.
right? And make that balance on me on when I need to calm down. I also, coming from Mexico, DHL Express in Mexico has a really huge speed. Here in the US, the speed is totally different, right? And also it's another culture.
Yeah.
And I need to also learn myself how to not accelerate anymore and relax a little, so you can make your team also have the best day, right? Because I was coming with this energy of let's go, let's make things happen tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. So everyone is like, what's this crazy lady about, right? So you need to understand also that part. So my partner is a good balance, my kids, right, at home, and the experience, right? Again, when you start to see, like, I'm not going to be able to win everything.
Yeah.
And maybe in some cases it's not even about winning. It's just about sharing. It's just about being in the
Being.
moment, and that's all.
And that's a good point, right? Because you came from being the CIO of Mexico to coming to the U.S., which again is a totally different now culture, right?
Yeah.
In terms of a corporate environment, in terms of a business, and so how has adapting to that been as well?
I think that it was. You are in the same company. We have the same values and everything, right?
That's
So
good.
you
The
think
core, yeah.
you think that is going to be the same, right? But then, as I told you, I arrive and I have more than 16 different nationalities in my own team. I have 70, right?
Yeah.
I don't have like a huge team. Well, it's not a small team, but it's something not quite big. But learning from them, and all of them were also very nice to come with me and share their own experience, because they were also immigrants coming to US. So they were giving to me tips about, Enna, do this, do that, don't do this. I think that I find good partners in other functions like HR. My HR business partner was also very nice in order to help me on the boarding. And for sure, my board, specifically my CEO, right? He also was giving me a good onboarding
insight,
and flavor, right? And having the feedback, again, it's a gift in our company. So giving feedback about how things work, and also being flexible enough to receive my flavor, right? They were very respectful also of the things that I was putting on the table, because maybe my perception was different, my perspective was coming from another side, totally different. And I think that from time to time they start to learn.
I like the use of the word flavor, right? Your sabor latina, right?
Yes,
So
you don't need to lose that. You need to always bring it, right? And it's specifically about passion, and I didn't talk too much about the emotional piece, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still hearing a lot of small girls or younger girls coming to me and tell me, Enna, they're still, my teacher is still telling me that I shouldn't cry, never, that I shouldn't show my emotions, that I shouldn't blah, blah, blah. And what I'm telling there is like, I think that you, again, need to have a balance, right? When something is really nice and is touching your heart, why you need to content yourself and not show that?
Yeah.
We are humans. We are not robots.
And I think
right?
that's a really hard, and I think that's also cultural, to a big extent as well, because I think growing up I had that same problem where it was like, you don't cry, you don't cry, you don't cry, and it's gotten to that point where I was like, no, to not cry is to not be human, to not show emotion is to not be human. And funny, but I had someone that said once, it's okay, you're human because you have empathy. And if you don't have empathy, then you're a sociopath.
Yes, exactly, right?
So what side of this do you want to be on? So, yeah, have you ever heard of Brene Brown? Great book called Daring Greatly. If you ever have an opportunity, you should read that. But it's a great storyline really around that vulnerability.
That's a piece of leadership, right? Again,
yes,
you need
it's
to
a
show your
huge
vulnerability.
piece of leadership. And then when you start thinking about like servant leadership, which is something that's near and dear to me, and it sounds like it is to you as well, right? It's you don't have that if you cannot be vulnerable and you cannot show those emotions and share a piece of you with other people.
And vulnerability for our teams, our people, means trust.
Yeah,
also.
Absolutely.
So that's like a really
Yeah.
key element in organization right now,
Yeah.
about the trust.
Yeah.
And if you hide yourself, people are not going to trust in you as leaders. They will not really help you with that.
So, we've been coming to HITEC
Yes.
for a while.
Yes. It's so nice to be here and met a lot of people and share a lot of stories together.
Yes. We met at HITEC.
Yes.
And again, I think that this is going to be the foundation for a long friendship, particularly now we're Floridian as well. So
yes, it will be for sure.
Makes it very, very convenient. But tell me a little bit about like what these specific events, like what do they mean for you, and like when you come home, what does your family say about these events as well? Do they know about HITEC?
Yeah. I think that is the proud piece of your heritage, right? And it's nice when you get out and then Mexican people approach you. Not even people that was coming to the event, as part of the event, but working in the hotel, hearing to you, right? So it's nice to have the proudness about your heritage. And also, again, for me, it's learning, right? Learning and sharing these journeys, learning and sharing our experience, making new friends, making new alliances, making your network bigger, because that's important in business and in life. So I think that HITEC is putting that, and I think that it's showcasing a lot of people, right, that are really great leaders, great examples, and that can mentor other ones. That's also a nice part about HITEC, right, that you can have these leaders mentor new mentees. So at the end, everyone is giving back, and is giving back to the community. What I was saying, right, is if you remember that Kevin Spacey was saying something about the elevator that's sending it back. It was one of my key phrases that I love until he has the other problem, right? So I don't use it anymore. But it's about that. I think that you were lucky enough, really, to be successful in life, you should pay for them, the other ones, in order to have the recipe. It's not just one single recipe, right? But at least you can mentor them, and you can coach them, and you give tips to them, so they can also
and it's not a one-day
successful.
thing, it's not a one-event thing. It's something that has
ongoing.
to be really, really ongoing. And, so, you know, this entire event, we've, you know, each person's been kind of sharing the fun facts, and you talked about the fact that, you know, your first passion was really music.
Yes, I want to be a pop singer. Once in my life when I was little.
So I have to ask, what pop singer was in your mind when you were thinking about, this is the pop singer that I want to be like?
You know, it was a combination of a lot of things, right? Because I was in Mexico, and I love all the broad musical too. So I was thinking about, I want to be a pop singer with my own band, rock band, or I want to go to Broadway and be dancing and singing all the time, because I really love both things.
And you still sing?
And I still sing. And a fun fact, just in the shower and my car, like craziness, right? And even avoid not too much karaoke, because I think that the voice is another instrument, right?
Yeah, if you don't use
it, it's not going to be quite good.
But
at least in my shower, I scream all over, I do all the passionate thing, and it helps me when I'm stressed.
That's
the music is, for me, a key thing also to be a changer in your mindset, right? So if you are sad and you put something sad, you are going to that deep feeling. But if I'm stressed, if I need to put my money in another place, I go to the music, and it's really my changer.
Now that I start to think about it, it's true. You know, if I work out, all of the music that I listen to is upbeat. You know, when I'm trying to disconnect, all of the music that I listen to is really upbeat, because again, that keeps you in that frame of mind. That's really upbeat too. But that's great. I'm tone deaf. I have zero musical talent whatsoever.
But to have fun, everyone can sing. To have fun, everyone can dance. Right? Also,
that's true.
There's a lot of people that
it'll be more fun for the people watching me than it will be for me doing it. But.